Hey America, how's it going? Me again, Citizen Patriot, here to annoy. Let's get on with it. Baby formula. Everyone's sort of wondering what's going on with baby formula and what they're really talking about. So I spent a little bit of time going through baby formula. Being the father of two, it hits me right at home. My daughter was breastfed. She had no problem breastfeeding. My son would not take to the teat at all. He consumed a lot of baby formula, in addition to it milk, but not as much in ratio to baby formula. Some of the manufacturers that are trying to cover themselves, they say an American manufacturer, no one really gets onto it, but let me stick this right out there. Mead Johnson of the Mead family and Johnson&Johnson, the baby people. Abbott Nutrition, Nestle USA. First off, let's talk about melamine. The, pl- the product melamine is most commonly used as a plastic resin. Now, when they use it to make plastics, they mix it with one other chemical which makes it flame retardant, and that is formaldehyde. Now, that having been said, melamine in small doses is considered non toxic, but shares the quality of, when ingested, inhaled, and or swallowed. Chronic exposure may cause cancer, reproductive damage, eye, skin, and respiratory or breathing irritant. It is toxic at 3 kilograms per 1 gram, or 3 kilograms per 1 gram of weight, body weight. Now, cyanuric acid, cyanuric, also an organic compound, is called a stable white solid at room temperature, and it decomposes at 320 to 350 degrees Celsius. So it has to be really, really hot in order for its natural chemical to break down. Now, it creates phenols or carbolic acid, and it's toxic and caustic, and made primarily in the manufacture of phenol or formaldehyde. What does it mean? Well, your baby is consuming a product that seems harmless or relatively harmless, each one individually, but it is missing one key element. A truly toxic, it is missing this one key, and it's commonly found in the human body, and that is hydrogen. See, the two chemicals by themselves are fine, but when a human body is 98% water, the chemical equation, of course, is H2O. So it's stealing hydrogen or body moisture in order to create these chemicals. It doesn't create inside the container. It possibly could if you spill a little water in there, but you wouldn't recognize what it is. Now, once it introduces itself into the body, your body attempts to metabolize it. It's one of the first things it does. So naturally, as it metabolizes, it's reaching your brain, it's reaching all of your blood cells, all of your muscle mass, and by the way, while it's there, it's deteriorating muscle mass. Fact. So I'm not afraid to stick my neck out as ever when it comes down to stuff like this. Now it will remain docile until it meets the hydrogen or some type of water compound. It actually creates a yellow crystalline spike like a little ball with a bunch of spikes sticking around it. Now that formation starts to build up inside the kidneys, gets down inside of there, and creates a real problem. And these crystalline objects never dissolve or go away. They have them all of their life. Once they've formed, they'll have them all their lives. Now, there's more. When these two chemicals are combined with wheat gluten, like in formula, or rice protein, like you might find in baby formula, it creates a tile-like planar structure. Literally, these structures start building themselves over top of one another, and so that's your kidney failure, renal failure, your blood problems. Now they found the same problem back in the 90s. They were trying to do it to cattle, and it was killing cattle, and it's not good enough for cattle anymore. But we can sure feed it to humans. I could throw a lot of stuff at you as far as this goes, and the chemical equation for how it works out, but we'd all be confused. I'm not totally confused. I took a little chemistry, so I'm not completely lost. Now the real toxic problem is the cyanuric acid. Combined with its spoke-like crystals, cause sudden kidney failure and death inside the human body. Now, here's the one thing that they don't tell you about. Of course, when you go to mix up your powdered formula, you put a little bit of fluoridated water in there to stir it up, and it's rather tasty. Kids seem to like it. They don't even know what we're giving to them. Now, there's your radical. So, once you're done mixing it all up, it's a complete glass of poison. It's a complete bottle of poison with a nipple on top. Now, you have to think about it. Cyanuric acid, the root Latin of cyan is cyanide. It is a derivative. It does fall within the family. Melamine is a toxic poison. Tap water, fluorine. It was used during World War I. When it was inhaled, it would get inside the lungs of your enemy and literally boil off the lungs on the inside. The blood would fill the lungs, and the person would drown to death in their own blood. So, the reason why they do it, melamine actually, when it's sent into the Food and Drug Administration for testing to make sure that it has a proper amount of protein, will show as it has a really high level of protein, so therefore it will pass a Food and Drug Administration test. When they could easily use something like cottonseed flour or cottonseed meal, and have a higher protein content, it costs more, but it's better for human beings. They just looked at you straight in the face and said, hey, you're not worth cottonseed oil. You're a baby. We don't care. We're all about profits. We passed our tests. We know exactly what's going on. So if there are any infants out there watching this right now, put away that formula and stop drinking that crap. If there's any parents out there like I am, we need to change these things, and it's time that we start attacking the Food and Drug Administration. Because once the Food and Drug Administration released their report, they were instantly under attack by these corpocracies in order to steal from them, and they told them, well, you can't be saying that because this is poisonous. We don't have any of that crap in our baby formula. Sure you do. Food and Drug Administration testers found it, and it was released before you could suppress it. I'm going to leave a couple of links over here for these two compounds, some other stuff that needs to be looked at, and yeah, America, if we don't wake up to this stuff, they're going to kill us. I mean, fluorine in the water, cyanide in our baby formula. It just gets weirder and worse every time we try to look into it. We want to believe that our government and all these people are trying to do right by us, but they aren't. They're still worried about their bottom line. So let's worry about the human population and push these people out of the way. But yeah, America, here to annoy as usual. I'll see you later. You guys have a great evening. I'll be back this weekend for a few more videos. I've got some bugs that are really wiggling up inside. So let's get to these, and I'll see you guys this weekend. Have a nice weekend.